Last night I was watching 90s music videos, not any particular genre, but I just wanted to see what they were trying to go for in the 90s in terms of music visuals. And most of these music videos, you see the band playing, and in a lot of cases, they're in a place that you'd never want to be, like some dark and dingy warehouse, particularly if it's a rock band. Um, the color palette is particularly earthy a lot of the time, and just dark and dingy. And I get the feeling that around the time of grunge being a big thing, that grunge wasn't just a sound; it was sort of an aesthetic, and that was a popular thing in rock, is to look a bit kind of grimy and worn out and just weathered, or like, yeah, it seemed like that was a cool thing, to just be a bit dirty looking and dark. And I really don't like that. Like nowadays, it's the opposite of what I want to look like. I want to look fresh and clean and new, not old and stale. Like stale was the word that kept popping into my head. And then the bands that had a brighter color palette, still can't help but watch their videos, even though they didn't have a grimy kind of look. The word stale just kept popping into my head, but then I thought, no, it's only stale to me because so much has changed since then, that everything I'm hearing and seeing in these music videos is just so old and predictable to me. But I was trying to imagine how any of this could possibly be seen as fresh and new, like at the time. And maybe it's only just seems old and stale to me because of how much things have changed since then. I could keep going for longer on this plank, but I'm going to take a break so I can just take a breath, and then I can speak more clearly. What I found particularly kind of cringy about these music videos, particularly the rock music videos, is it's as if you had the same art director doing all these different videos with just a slightly different approach. It was kind of like if you've seen the movie Seven, like the intro to that, or just like the general aesthetic of that, it's that kind of horror, like creepy theme, where you've got, like, say for example, a load of random objects and the camera is like flashing in and out of focus, and then there's some like weird old naked skinny man just shivering in a dark room, and there's a spotlight on him, like shining upward, and then it like flashes to, like, I don't know, like a brain in a jar or something. I'm thinking kind of something along the lines of Nine Inch Nails' Closer. I don't think I'm describing an actual music video, but just the kind of vibe. I love the song Nine Inch Nails Closer, and the video kind of goes well with it, but that style was so overdone in the 90s that it's kind of sickening to see it. It's just like, did they just think back then, we just have to make, like, whatever the zeitgeist is, we just have to keep doing the same thing over and over again? Because I kept seeing so many music videos that were like that. I even saw one that I couldn't remember the name of. I saw that last night, and I was like, oh, this is like Nine Inch Nails from Temu. It's like they were really trying to go for that kind of grimy, creepy horror movie sort of aesthetic, with some guy in like industrial kind of goth clothes, and he's even doing some of the Trent Reznor kind of moves, and but it sounded a bit more like nu metal, but I guess before nu metal was a thing. But yeah, so much of that stuff just looks so corny because they're the music videos are all just so similar. So I found it annoying, for one, how random the music videos were in the 90s. Like, some of them weren't that kind of dark, creepy horror movie aesthetic, but it was just like so random. I just thought, what were they even going for? Why did they bother spending money making something so random? It's like, it just gives me a headache trying to make sense of it, and it's so ugly as well. And so I was thinking, what is the music video aesthetic of today? Well, thankfully there's not just one music video, or one or two or three music video styles nowadays. Like, people aren't just doing music videos that are typical of whatever genre they're doing. I guess what's the most common kind of aesthetic that you see over and over again is that kind of overly polished K-pop, like super high budget production, where you got like a group of pop stars dancing and singing in a synchronized way in some massive, like, I don't know, futuristic backdrop, which is that's kind of been a slow evolution from the pop groups from like the 90s and the 2000s. I can tell that even since a week ago when I last did my planks, it's gotten easier to hold a plank. So yeah, I'll just keep doing this every week. I guess I'll just try and finish off what I was talking about. I'm just glad to be living in the time that we're living in now, because there's been so many overlaps in style, and particularly in music, and well, not just music but visually. I'm just glad we live in a time where it's not like this is the rock look, this is the hip hop look, this is the pop look, or whatever. It's all kind of meshing together, and people aren't so divided in boxes of different style. Like, we're seeing a lot of interesting combinations of different styles from different genres. So I think that's the only like thing that I'll finish on today. It's just an interesting time, and it's just funny looking at videos from the 90s and just seeing how so many people were just doing the same thing in a slightly different way, and it's just so stale and dull when I look at it now. But yeah, things will continue to evolve and get more interesting, so I look forward to that.